that case, we'll call you... No, we'll call you McBain. Take cloth west, activate it, but also invert it. So move everything above Stavanger. Give it a double check, and we're good. So get to work, and that should ease up the cloth a bit, and also allow Rostock to do something other than just produce cloth. In fact, looking at this, when it comes to Rostock, what's it meant to do again? It's barely meant to produce any cloth. The cloth in bulk is meant to be coming from Hamburg, which is fine. Does tell me that Hamburg is going to need plenty supplies, but that's also okay. And it's only at 3,500, so I don't feel I need to starve the city before going for that.
I have already told you a number of times that I do not appreciate your continuous expansion in my city. You are disturbing my business.
A blue, a blue. Must be so horrible to be that pathetic. And I'm not just talking about being French. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, kind of 9 maybe-ish. Doesn't matter, we can just build a couple more. Who's keeping score? Otherwise we need a butt ton of houses.
I expect you to either tear this house down immediately or cut me in on the profits. Remember, I was here first.
Oh, he wasn't going to give me the second talking to about baiting him. Maybe I did it too quickly. No, he just gave up. He saw how much money I was willing to put down in the name of investing in Hamburg and just went, nope, I cannot compete with this. And he was right. If I still had loads of wool, this would work really well, because they would pay me 60 per unit. If I go over to Haarlem, my wool cost, okay, 69 per unit to make. But that's probably because I'm running it at low capacity. Like a tenth of the capacity, so it's actually costing me quite a lot to make, all things considered. Nonetheless, we press forward around here, and we don't look back. Also, things are wealthy here. Just wish I had the goods for a meal for the poor, especially that wheat. And boy, am I short on grain. I need to get on that. Stettin's all moody and stuff, but that's okay. They'll finish that wall someday, and then I'll miss it and then be really mad when I can't do anything. Jeez, would you give me a mission for your stuff, Koensberg, man? It goes down so fast I can't even catch you. And then there's Rostocker. Excellent, that's what we're looking for. Between Cologne and Minden, that sounds amazingly useless. I need to disperse that mead though. Is it actually getting to Aalborg? Kind of. I mean, I'm going to take it over because we need it there. Do you want cloth or anything? Because I mean, I've got a lot of that. People here don't really want for much. Hang on. Salt is extremely low right now. Isn't Boston my salt man? Yeah, but it's only at 45, whereas Boston is meant to be 100% salty. I mean, it's subsidizing our clay right now, but it's not giving me the salt that I need. And if it's not going there, then it won't be going to Stavanger. And if Stavanger's out of salt, we're out of meat. So yeah, Boston desperately needs to kick up the Salt production. Thankfully, we have everything we need to do that. Flood the market and then get salted. Jake, when are we unlocking the route to Timbuktu? This guy thinks we're going back to Timbuktu. It's almost cute. What is that? Whatever it is, it's old and busted. It's kind of amazing how we built the road around it, but busted it is. So what are we? 1, 2, 3, kind of 4-ish. Need 10 more and I'm good. Fantastic. So we'll have all the salt we need coming out of you now, hopefully. That might mean that I need to up the salt. Boston to Alberg, salt, Yeoman. You deactivated. Probably because the salt was getting picked up on the regular route. And I don't like the fact that cloth is too... well, there isn't enough of it. When are we unlocking the old Jake, says Callum. Good luck with that one too. So hopefully Boston's going to double its salt production. From 176 per day to more than that. So I'll probably sail the Boston Yeo back here. Oh man, it's full of hulks. Organize you. My main concern about running out of meat right now is that food is a very real issue. Very real. Is that the kind of thing I want 2 carvels for? It's an 8-day route. And he's going to produce like 2... how much a day? Yeah, that's a 2 carvel job. Boston to Alberg, salt, yeah man. Get to it. Jake, why doesn't this game get more views? You're basically a walking advertisement for this game. This game gets a lot more views than it deserves. Jake, don't forget about the Lords. I want to forget about the Lords. He just comes and says, oh, thank God. There we go. Wool, meat, salt. We're a little short on the salt, but that can be fixed. Warsaw to cut. Yeah, okay. Why not? And now we have all of Pomerania's routes. Not to mention 5% of his land. So the only thing I really need to work on is Mecklenburger. And Rostock. Did I move Thagnus here? Or did I get distracted? Because I'm very good at getting distracted. No, there's the wildcard Thagnus. I got distracted by the lack of salt, I think. I was trying to see if there's anything else Rostock wanted. But they need mead right now. Short on beer too, unfortunately. Grab some meat and throw it over to Rostock, since it's what they want for. Also, it bumps up his happiness. Ka-ching! Very happy. And with that, these road routes are getting that bit more elaborate. There's no Berlin yet, but that's the last place that we need to unlock. What is even that? Doesn't look like anything. Good. Okay, grain issue is about to be dealt with. There we go. That should massively up the amount of grain that we have flooding in. at least until the breadbasket Röntgen is operational. Röntgen itself needing a huge amount of building materials, but that's why the wildcard Thagnus is around. They'll grab it from Haarlem and take it over. Actually, not even necessary. We have somebody for that. They just don't grow. And I like going to the going down to the Mediterranean. It's nice and profitable, but it's tedious, and I'm not seeing any real work from it, or any real bonus. Alright, we're going to help out Earn again, since they seem tragically low on these goodies. Well, I guess it's just clay that they're tragically short on. Fortunately, and that's what we're producing in spades. Not to be racist or anything.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Oh, I'll be racist to you, though. That's fine. Haarlem's looking amazing. Lubeck is not dying fast enough, I would say. I want it to go down faster, but look at all these businesses that used to be here, and now they're gone. This means I can come in and just take Lubeck. Can't really buy it up at reasonable prices, but it's... Tony Montana would have a thing or two to say about what it is. Okay, London, please just build that wall. You need 110,000 ducats. Get to it. And that should build a wall right around the extremity, and then I can finally build it up proper. Good. And that will make the whole UK pretty much exactly as I want it. Although Edinburgh is meant to have 100 beer places, it does not. Why does it have 100? Because I have these smithies going, of course. But the smithies are no good without iron, so I think we should build up these beer places. I needed 34 of them, I think. Yes, I did. So that, to be safe, is 5 of these. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Housing wise, we're still looking great, and it doesn't look like they're upgrading anything, which is exactly what I want to see. You're pretty satisfied, but Mecklenburg is the real happy one. I could check with Pomerania, he might want to sell me more land. He does not. Thing is, you should keep a close eye on the lords, like this. At least I know that it's 30 million base for everything. But sure. What am I if I'm not pumping money into these lords? Alright, but Edinburgh is done. So I can actually put you in green because you are done. You get 100 breweries and you have 10,000 people, and that is done in this case. Lack of iron still a problem though, which means wherever I set up all the smelters, which is not here, where do the smelters go? Bruges? Yeah, Bruges needs a lot more people, and I could abduct them from somewhere that doesn't need people. Perhaps somewhere that overstocks something, or I could just go to Haarlem and say, give me your people. People mover is a lot smaller than it once was, but it could still work. What does buying land do for you, Jake? If you get it to 100%, the lords stop attacking you and stop demanding stuff, which is amazing. Will we be starving London? There's no good reason to. London is in a prime position to build up, and in fact that's exactly what we're doing. And did I tell my counting house administrator to buy loads of grain? Yes, I did. Good. But this is going to place an even bigger strain on the grain supply, which we have hopefully fixed. Alberg's numbers are still suffering. So we'll have a meal for the poor to try and offset that. And that's even after pulling everyone out the smelters. How about Helsinki? Seen better. I mean, food. Haarlem's the biggest consumer of everything. They have fish, thank God. They have meat and cheese, so they won't starve. But I find it very precarious to have this existence without enough grain. The grain trains are going to be feeling it. So yes, what did I have? I had Rostock dealing with that. Groningen is meant to be our bread basket. And Bruges is meant to deal with the iron thing. And those are our most pressing issues. So I want to get the people mover to move people. I would also like the people mover to be able to move a lot more people. So do I have a lot of unused thingamajiggers like these? Quite a lot of hulks in Aalborg, which could stand to hold a lot of people. They could even merge with the people mover. I mean, they're not being used right now, so I see very little reason not to. There you are. Over in Stettin, and Stettin is just fine. They have gotten 2/3 of the way through the wall. I should remember that. Danzig is continuing to die. Good. And they're building their wall. Also good. Shame what they did to all the roads, though. That's disgusting. So you shall be organized and bring in the hulks. That's not a Crayer game. It's not even remotely a Crayer. Bring in all the bloomin' hulks. Okay, so you can now hold 1700, but I think I'll just upgrade everything here anyway. So what are you, people mover? There we go. Reasonable number that you can hold now. It seems a shame to pluck them out of Haarlem. It might make more sense to pluck them out of a 10,000 population place that doesn't need 10,000 people. Essentially like Malmö, because we have this smithy that is not working. And pitchmaker when we have what some might term as too much pitch. Way too much pitch even. In that case I could probably kill Visby. We'll go and abduct 2,000 people from Visby because Visby is pitch city and very little else. And there's not really much else it could produce for us that we would want, so yes. Let's go and abduct people from Visby. Whilst taking down the cow again. Shot that thing dead so many times, I wonder how the cow keeps returning. Also in their mooring fees. Did you ever do this perfect Hansa thing before? I mean building up the east and the North Sea through the roof. Only with select cities, never with all of them before, so this is new territory for me. I always need more carvels. I should probably go and do some rounds telling everywhere that can build carvels to build them, and anywhere that can't to build other things. Nonetheless, Visby, as long as you're not in a state of emergency, I want just shy of 2,000 people. And I'm going to take these guys over to the bread basket. Oh, it's colourful cow. There we go. Alright, onwards to Groningen. Although Groningen has plague now, so it's not really where I want to take them. Also, Also. Unless that plague stops by the time I get there, these people are going to Bruges.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Yes. Okay, Bruges smelters, get to work. This should add another 400 people to working on my smelters. And since I'm already here, I think I'll pick the rest up from Haarlem. Also, do you have a job for me? No, you're just going to become unhappy and then demand more things from me. You need them to be at 90% for them to offer good things to you. Metal goods and pelts, and you don't have those. My reward is money and you not being so angry. Metal goods and pelts. Hunter should be able to help us out with those. Well, Wildcard Thagnus would also help. Is there anything else that Kungs here needs that they don't get? Metal goods, I guess some mead? We're getting real short on metal goods though. Yeah, sure, take a whole bunch of mead. Do you need pitch? Does anyone anywhere need pitch? There we go. Always try to take down the rubbish one first. This is, okay, still tedious and boring as hell, but it's so much better than the alternative. Oh, okay, well, when there's so many of these, it's a bit annoying. But I think it's because a lord decided to put everything under siege. Or under blockade, rather. Man, they just won't stop. Perhaps there's a mission for it. Oh, excellent. Destroy pirates by mission, and that's what I want. Carvel. Free Carvel, and I'm the one that tells myself to get it. And back we go. Should also improve my standing here, which has been slipping massively ever since I became alderman, because people love to complain. Oh man, I didn't take the pelts, did I? Why would I take the pelts? Danzig has pelts. Also has a ridiculous number of many goods, but still, the pelts. Get off my case. Not even remotely worth that, the money. Okay, so see the size of Danzig there? It's now down to triple figures. So many dead. So many starved to death, forced to eat their young. And that's exactly how we have it around here. So there should be my people mover. Yep. Harlem, you owe me some people. And yeah, you produce a lot of clay. I'll give you that. And I'm actually going to need a bit more wool now. Let's just keep these things at sensible levels. And then the clay pit goes down and down. And there we go. Everything else gets jacked up to 100%. It's great that you have this control over how many people work where. Makes it so much easier to move people around. And then people mover just stops off at the tavern and grabs them. I still want to take them to Groningen, but I have to be picky here because I don't want them to all just die of disease. More beer is always nice. And simply tarting up London is also... Would you build your bloody wall? I gave you the money to build the wall and you just say nah. I wonder if it's because I have buildings that are so close to the wall that they can't actually manage it. That is something I am considering. I hate to believe that, but... just relax the distance to which I have things by a little bit. Just in case that's what's causing it. So Wildcard's on his way back. And then there's the people mover. I would love to just throw them into again because I need that grain. So I'll probably just station them there, ready to drop them off at a moment's notice. Now Bremen I started building up, right? To a degree. I am also waiting for them to work on a wall. They have severe trouble with that. I don't even think there's space for them to build a chapel right now. Once again, I could just run for election here, but it's a while away. Jake, I have the same bug in London in my own campaign, trying to get mayor to build the wall myself. That's the best way to do it. Do sailors die in sea like they do in E4? No, they do not. Hamburg. Man, Hamburg is short on building materials in a big way. I should fix that. Also, they need a lot of wool. I can fix that, though. But I need to tell you to stock up on a metric bugger ton of wool. And then you can get your weavings done, just like L. But that's what Wildcard is for, and he's on the move. So that gives me a use for a whole load of that. And frankly, a whole load of that. I see you. Pirate from Ripon. Oh, they just love putting out pirates. Rubbish. Rubbish. Also rubbish. Ah! I will destroy that. What else is there? Hanseatic rubbish. Blockade the city. Reduce prosperity. Famine. Destroy the pirate. Yeah, I'm gonna destroy that pirate, but I need to take care of the pirate HQ first, wherever it is. Anybody with good vision see it? Because I do not. Oh, unusual placement. Might even be better for me to cancel this mission and do the other one first. And that's better because that one I can do a lot faster. And the pirate destruction mission will still be there. A Grande Fish is letting us down, but at least Hamburg can get the goods they need. They're going to need wood to go with that, fortunately. And it swings in roundabouts. Now I don't have much wood.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Oh yeah. So it was Boston, right? Which was... No, Boston's full of clay and not enough salt. But now the salt production can really rise up because we care a lot less about clay. Still want some of it, right? But that should be better. Scarborough has tons of wood. But it's also kind of overkilling on the mead. I gotta think about where my wood comes from, or where it's meant to come from. Haarlem is meant to be supplying us with 100 wood places. But I cut that down a lot in favor of clay. And to be fair, clay is pretty good, but I'm a lot less having to build up now. So I can actually bring this down a lot. And we're good.
So that's what you get.
Well, you tried, but you failed. Let's get that wood over to Hamburg, though. Surprisingly agile, these mastless things. Jeez, a black dot on the moon map. That it is. That's also still pretty hard to see. Right, you know, as ever, it's good to just dump it in the warehouse. Oddly enough, they're still short on clay, but that can be dealt with. Whilst I skimp on my official duties. Chunk. I built plenty of weavers, but I didn't build it all the way up in Hamburg. I'm not seeing a good reason not to build all 100 of them. Built the center up and... what did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 80... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 85 of them. Probably. That doesn't make sense though, because I have 78. Plus 9. Point is, I should build it up to a full amount. Good enough. Now it's 78 plus 20 something. Can't go wrong. Also, I've been neglecting the princes again, so they're going to get super mad at me again. But Pomeranian man just... he doesn't give up. He's just always mad. And then there's you. You're just never happy. Well, what are you meant to do? Well, what I could do is finally deal with the grain, and I am. The grain amounts have normalized. Everything else is looking pretty good. Everything is looking really good. All I need is for London to finally build that freaking wall. I gave them so much money and they just said nah. How could I become mayor here? 13th of February. I think that's worth my time, because you really need to get that done. Now, Rostock. I think I've done my part here. I mean, I could go and build some more buildings that they're going to need. As a mayor, I should probably ensure that they have enough infirmaries. I see that they currently have no infirmaries. And Rostock's city size goes up to what exactly? I don't know why it's not in my alphabetical list of places, but Rostock is apparently 56. Well, 56,000. As they complain bitterly about lack of fountains. The wimps. That should be plenty, although I wouldn't mind also having the chapels up and running. Imagine that. Where have you ever been that people have actually said, hey, we're doing good? Most people just complain bitterly. Great. Actually, I think that was overkill in the chapels, but I wonder if I can tear them down. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 21 is too many. Let's get rid of one and just thunk a house down. Best house to be in. Surrounded by zealots and the sick. Yeah, there are worse. Okay, this is all pretty good. Hunter's just gonna sit there for ages until I can defeat these pirates. Although they do get ravaged pretty quickly by my own people. Groningen continues to be sickly and disgusting. When what it really needs is to be full of people. Thankfully it's only in recession right now. Or well, only. It just hit recession. There we go. It's time. And to be sure, there are plenty of places to work and plenty of places to live here in Groningen. And so many houses I shouldn't have to worry about it too much. So off to the tavern and we just thunk them right down. More Dutch. Just Dutch everywhere. It's a disgusting affair. Restore my reputation among my fellow men. I don't know what makes the game think we care about that. So my main problem with doing all these meals to the poor is what? Lack of meat and lack of beer. Okay, lacking everything now, even cheese. Now, Novgorod is somewhere that's meant to be up and running to bring us all the cheese. I've made it produce loads of beer, but what I could now do is really stack up Novgorod so that I'm never running short on cheese again. And then, according to my charts here, we would only need more coming in from... No, that's pitch, Jake. People don't eat pitch. 100 from Revel, 100 from Novgorod, and a set amount from Helsinki. Well, Revel, I've ignored all of today. We'll probably continue to ignore, because it's just... I mean, look at the place. I gave it all it could need, and it just refuses to grow. But, unlike many, they're actually building a wall, and I like that. Turbo develop Novgorod, says Dusty. Okay, where's my wild card for that? He's around here somewhere. Oh, that was him. Wild card, Koenigsberg. Means I need a lot of clay over in Novgorod. Well, clay and wood. And with what I've done, I've really hurt my wood production. No wonder even our house is focusing too much on clay now. And then there's the pitch makers, and I produce way too much pitch, so I could have dealt with that ages ago just by having that dealt with. There we go. The sawmills will help us out. Still, this guy has his work cut out for him. Not enough wood. Okay, we're gonna abduct some wood from Boston. Even though they're probably not gonna be happy because Boston provides us with loads of salt, but still, Novgorod deserves this turbo development. Probably. There goes the colourful cow once again. Onwards to Novgorod. Now I supply Novgorod, I think. Don't I supply Novgorod? I'm pretty sure I sent a supply Novgorod boat to just do some to's and fro's. Yes, here it is, supply Novgorod. KevDev 101 does it. And what does he do? He goes to Aalborg, he picks up a good amount of everything and drops it all off at Novgorod. So yes, Novgorod gets a very reasonable amount of supply. Just has to go a long way. And they're all a whole bunch of crayers. Yes, Edinburgh's big.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
People love thanking me.
That's what you get.
Oh yeah, there are these accursed lords still wanting all my money. Now thankfully I make buckets of money, so it's not too big of a deal, but imagine if I was on a shoestring budget here. These guys would just come along constantly beating me while I'm down. There we go, I need to check at Rostock quite soon to make sure that they're all happy. Alright, Novgorod, take some stuff. We're going to turbo develop you. Now, we built a lot of beekeepers, that's fine and dandy, but truthfully what we need is cheese. 2040, ignoring what they need there. I don't quite have enough to build all of them, but I can build a whole bunch of them. Novgorod, I maintain, is the hardest city in the game to make prosper. But that's not going to set us back today now, is it? We'll make prosper like never seen before. So a semblance of balance is good. That... that is plenty. And what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just assume it's 5. 40. That's like 4,000 people. We also need the buildings for them to actually live in, because I hear Novgorod is a cold and unforgiving place. There we go. Ain't we nice? Yeah, I could actually make these guys a bit happier as well. I don't want them plunging Novgorod into a new age of darkness. Too much wool, well, too bad. Dissatisfied, too bad. Clothing, too bad. Holgersson, yes, that I can deal with. Now Holgersson was here, and now he's going to die. And that was all very good, getting our wild card there, but the wild card needs to pick up more goods. Because that was fine, but Novgorod yet needs more. Fortunately, Helsinki has plenty of goods, and I think they get upgraded plenty enough as it is. Nice shot. Wrong one. I need to select you. Didn't have a lot of flotsam, but that'll do. Now get back home. But there's still someone left to destroy. Don't have a mission to do it, but we know we'll want it soon enough. Kongsberg man's not wanting us, neither is Rostock man. Oh, now you do. And it, no. No, no, no. But I'm pretty sure he was at 92 and now he's at 88. And only a few days, if that, passed. Same with you, 91% happiness.
I just had to tear down a business which was no longer profitable, and I have you alone to thank for that.
Now there might be people getting really tired of hearing that. I am not one of you. I will never not love hearing that. Sounds of complete domination over your enemies. It's amazing. I'm pretty sure 2 days passed and yeah, it's going down by 1% per day. And his demands are not particularly reasonable. Some might say they are particularly unreasonable. Oh shoot, wasn't I meant to move to London? Pretty sure I wanted to do that. The only reason I stopped back off at Rostock was to visit the city hall and say, you know that money? That's my money. Build those buildings and generally get out of there. Because London has foiled me long enough. 13th of February. So we go to the counting house. Personal. Pay no attention to our children. Move to London. I can't do that. It's not a Hanseatic city. Oh well. Can he win them all? In some cases, can he win often? Still, Danzig is dying so hard. It's beautiful. It's in a horrible recession. Yes. Even Lubeck. So again, Novgorod wants many things. I just dump the goods here. They'll be automatically sold to market. And our dairies are up and running, and I don't need this. I don't need this honey full stop. I'm just going to turn it off. It's going to waste money for me, but it's only 1,000 a day. I say only 1,000 a day because I look at my balance and I think what I make from rent, and it's 7 million a day. Well, okay, not a day. In 30 days. Point still stands. Jake, a while ago you were talking about the future, where lords would leave you alone forever. What happened? The lords will leave me alone forever when I have 100% of their land. For 30 million, I bought 5% of Pomerania. The next munch is going to cost, I think, 35 million. I also bought 5% of Mecklenburg. Now, if Mecklenburg would actually give me some doable missions, I could actually buy the rest of their land routes, which is what I truly want. That's very bad news. Visby is starving. I don't quite know how Visby got that bad, but that's awful. No fish, no meat. Okay, no, they have meat. Barely any cheese. So I need to ramp up cheese production, which is what Novgorod is doing. Lack of salt has caused Stavanger to severely drop in meat production, and the lack of grain has just been from various factors. We're dealing with the grain train as we speak. The cheese will now come from Novgorod. Revel would have been easier, but why do anything that's easy? Why am I so unpopular here? At least these dairies should help to a degree. Okay, King of England is on a massive invasion of everywhere, which tells me to go to... Ooh. Okay, no, that's just blah blah blah. Tells me to go to my offices and take my ducats and run. Because no English king is taking my gold. Satisfactory. Nimwagen also under attack. We've really failed at bringing up the population of Nimwagen despite trying. Probably not trying very hard, but still some degree of trying. Cologne, I've wanted them to build their wall and they have failed. Build that wall. You've got very little reason not to. We let a little bit of time pass, and they go, oh, let's build a chapel or a defensive tower. Why? Why do they turn around and say no to the whole wall idea? They're a Hanseatic city, so perhaps I could convince them otherwise. Well, it's a consideration. Although he's very happy, he still doesn't want to give me anything. It's probably because I don't have enough money to buy any of his land. Funnily enough, these lords keep pumping this money out of me. Okay. Not super overproducing anything except potentially pitch, but that's going to go down now. The metal situation is kind of working out, what with Bruges now up to a reasonable amount of people, that is. They're not all really working for me though. It seems that many of them still work for the other guy. That only accounts for about 4,000 of the population, so the rest of them are working in these mead breweries, smoke houses. Just can't seem to find revolt as one of these tasks. Can, however, find shipyards. Large shipyards are where it's at. Okay, it's getting super late. I'm going to call it here. It's been quite a lot of trading. I do love me some trading, but I gotta go and crit the hay. So, cheers for joining. It's always enjoyable for me to play this game, and by always enjoyable I mean it's a feeling so complicated. In any case, we are most of the way through building up all the cities. Who's left? Revel, Stockholm. Okay, who's left from 100%? Novgorod, Revel, Stockholm. Danzig, in a manner of speaking. Same for Lübeck, who would have thought? And Rippen. I think we're working on Hamburg and Bremen. Okay, well, this is done. We just need it to actually build up, and it will over time. And almost same story for Bremen. The west is pretty much done. The east is its own thing. But that will be for a later date. But till now, for me, it's cheers, and it's certainly a cheerio.